All these animes that I'm going to talk about is going to be inserted with a specific spoilers. Without any particular order, number 1, Sakuraso no Pet Kanojo. Sakuraso is about the main character is actually in high school who lives in a dormitory, and in the first episode he has to take care of this specific character named Mashiro. So Mashiro is a talented individual, a talented artist who decides that she wants to be a manga artist instead of artist, where the main character Sorata is a normal high school boy who at first doesn't know what he wants to do in life. And as the story develops, they explore many themes of talent versus hard work, friendship, and a lot of drama. And the scene that made me cry the most is the graduation scene. So the graduation scene is on approximately episode 23 or episode 22 if I'm not mistaken. So at the end of the anime, what's going to happen is the senpai or the upperclassman is going to give a speech. And I kid you not, that's one of the most beautiful speech I've ever read or heard in my life, and it made me tear up because of how relatable it is. Especially if you live in dorm before, and if you guys actually have friends and you guys watch this anime, you would definitely cry your eyes out. If you don't have a heart. Second anime is Ohana. Basically, a story revolves around the main character and his group of friends that were close when they were kids until one of them passed away or died. So this character that died is Menma. She has like white hair and she was very small until one day Menma was revived in a ghost form or in a spirit form to talk to the main character, and she wanted all of them to be united again. So the saddest scene, or the scene that made me cry, was on episode 10. By this time, everyone knew that she exists as a ghost. They were playing hide and seek. But what happened is the protagonist basically fulfilled Menma's purpose in that current life, so she has to go. And the scene where they play hide and seek was very, very, very sad. Third on the list is Makia. So Makia is an anime movie. It was released around 2 years ago. The main theme of the story revolves around motherhood. So Makia is actually a girl who is in an immortal clan, but they live for a very long time. The story revolves around Makia raising a little boy. So it was hinted from the very start that this clan only knows separation, and separation means really sad. The effects or the consequence of a mother raising a child to the point that seeing that her son died. Wow, I can't say it in really straightforward. Just remembering it makes me really sad. So the ending was heartbreaking and it was executed beautifully. The next anime that I want to talk about is also a movie. It's called Koe no Katachi. So I did a review on this movie. It's also known as A Silent Voice. So the scene that made me cry, what I call the redemption scene. So at the end of Koe no Katachi, the main character, who was a former bully, had of depression and anxiety. So people who he does not trust has cross label on their faces. So with a touch of beautiful synchronization of the OST music with the visual, when the axe dropped, it dropped my heart as well and made me cry, because you get to see the adventure, the redemption that he had to face to that point where he was able to trust people again. So those are top animes that made me cry a lot. However, I do know some weebs out there might be spamming a certain anime name that I did not put on the list. So I'm going to put it on honorable mention. But Clannad After Story is definitely worth mentioning if you want to have depression for a week. Second, Tasogore Otome X Amnesia. So this anime is very underrated. I don't see people talk about it a lot. It has a really sweet scene at the end with the OST made the mood like perfectly. Two other honorable mentions is Violet Evergarden and Angel Beats. Angel Beat, a unique case because like to me episode 10 was the only one that I cried and the rest was just full of tears. All the animes that I've mentioned here would definitely make you cry. Kalau korang rasa sendu, korang suka menangis, these anime is definitely for you.